Israel is really prepared. Did they fight tunnel warfare in Gaza? According to Observer Network News, October 13, Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson said, infantry and tanks of the Israeli army. They have already started a small-scale attack on the Gaza Strip. Engaged in fire with some armed personnel. They haven't penetrated deep into the Gaza Strip yet. This also matches what many people have seen of the Israeli armored forces. The movements of the forces gathering in the northern area of Gaza. According to the Israeli military, the main objective of the current operation is to destroy Hamas rocket positions and search for the location of the hostages being held. However, Netanyahu said, this is just the beginning. Implies that Israel will not stop its ground advance in Gaza. Maybe for their tough image. Or perhaps considering international perception. Before the operation started, Israel issued a final warning to the civilians in the Gaza Strip to evacuate to the south within 24 hours. However, this warning has been criticized by the United Nations, as well as organizations like Doctors Without Borders and the Norwegian Refugee Council. Many international organizations have condemned such warnings, because the entire evacuation operation involves approximately 1.1 million people. However, this has drawn criticism from the United Nations. They are simply not able to evacuate in a short period of time. This will inevitably lead to a serious humanitarian disaster. But for the Netanyahu government, this is actually considered a politically desperate move. Under the pressure of extreme racist public opinion at home, Israel must allow ground forces to enter Gaza for slaughter. Even, the Israeli army also bombed those who obeyed Israeli warnings. A civilian army that voluntarily withdrew to the south, causing more than 300 casualties in total. In the eyes of the outside world, this can definitely be described as a terrible massacre. It also completely leaves the million civilians in Gaza with no way out. But many Israelis are applauding this action. From this, it can also be seen that Israel really doesn't see Palestinians as human beings. The United States' stance on Israel's actions reflects the contradictions in their hearts. Earlier, Fox News in the United States quoted sources as saying, U.S. authorities are requesting Israel to postpone its actions in Gaza until a secure passage is established in Gaza. Israeli security spokesperson Kobe also stated, before Israel issued the evacuation order, there was no consultation with the United States. It seems that the United States can't stand what Israel is doing. The United States does not intend to take any responsibility for this. However, open-source intelligence monitoring organization OSINT Defender, but shortly after claimed, there are senior U.S. officials who expressed, the United States has never made similar demands of Israel. They believe, any actions Israel decides to take are their right to self-defense. The authenticity of this news has not been confirmed yet. It cannot be ruled out that this is a private expression of true thoughts by Americans. More importantly, if Israelis are really determined to enter Gaza, they will face a very difficult reality problem. The vast underground tunnel maze in Gaza. In 2021, Hamas claimed, they have already built in Gaza underground tunnels that stretch up to 500 kilometers. This length even exceeds the underground world, and the total length of the famous London Underground. It is said that, because Hamas uses the underground tunnels as command and control centers, many tunnels are located at depths of 30 meters below the surface. They are reinforced with concrete. They are equipped with facilities such as electricity, lighting, ventilation, and rail tracks. And it is designed to be complex and managed strictly. It is difficult for outsiders to find the way. Even in 2006, Hamas Qassam Brigade, they even launched an attack using tunnels. They captured an Israeli soldier and kept him imprisoned for 5 years. Therefore, although in terms of overall strength, Hamas and the Israeli army are not on the same level at all, but if the Israeli army really decides to send a large force into Gaza, then they will likely face significant casualties. At that time, tanks and other heavy armor may be useless. Israeli soldiers can only go deep into the tunnels, engaging in close combat with Palestinians. They may also continue to massacre civilians out of frustration. The entire Gaza Strip will inevitably face a more severe humanitarian disaster. Alright, the above is the report from First Military Intelligence. Thank you for watching.